Hey guys, welcome to the Peterson Woodworking YouTube channel. Today we're going to kind of go over building our vaulted drawers. So this is what they look like. You have your two ends. That one's your front because the drawer front gets attached to it through those holes. And then you have your two sides. So the beginning part of this process, obviously after they've been cut out on the CNC machine by Raiden, you get edge banding. Keep an eye out for the edge banding video. We're going to do one on this to kind of go over how we set it up and get it figured out. But I'm going to go ahead and get one of these pieces edge banded, and then we'll move on to assembly. When you edge band, you want to make sure that you have the top in, the dado down. This is the dado right here, this little groove. And then once you start your first piece, you got to wait for this little light to come on saying that it's ready for the next one to be set in. And when you're doing it, you want to keep it pushed tight against this fence right here. Keeping it pushed tight all the way in and just kind of following through. And now we go pick them up. And then when you come over here to pick them up, you want to check and make sure that your corners are good, flush. They got a little bit of a round over on them. The inside won't have quite so much of a round over because this is too thin, but we'll talk about that later. These two pieces look good. So do these ones. Okay, ready to go assemble. Alright, so next step after we just got done edge banding these, we're gonna dovetail them. Before we get started though, we want to talk machine safety. Make sure you know how to use and operate the machines you're going to be using. And you know, if you're not comfortable, get somebody to help you, get more comfortable, do some more training. But there's nothing more important than safety classes. Let's get started. So first of all, we got to turn the machine on. Over here on this side, there's a power switch. We're going to flip it up, wait for the machine to boot up. And then I will pause it. So you're going to get to this screen and you have to start the machine, this green button here. So we'll press start. And then we can exit the screen with the back door button, I don't know, leaving the screen. And then we have to home it. So these two arrows here is how we're going to home the machine. So you press them, and it's ready to be homed. And then this white button down here is the start. We'll start it. And it's going to move the head over here back and forth until it finds its home switches. It's kind of hard to see if you look back in there. You can kind of barely see the head right here. So now it's all home. We can close out of this screen and we'll go program, manual pitch, and then from here we select what program we're going to use. So this piece is an 8-inch drawer. So we need to use the 8-inch drawer program. So you hit your files and you go 8-inch and hit OK. Now, we grab the sides. They're the sides because the dados go all the way through, and they're only 8 inches instead of 8 1/8. These go in the top, dado away from you, and to the outside. And these have to... Point out the marks. Oh yeah, so you can see here it says grooves out with an arrow pointing this way, and it says down, so you know the grooves are down, away from you and down, and the dados face the fence, the outside of the machine. And you have to put the sides in first so that the ends can butt into them. And once you're all in, you're ready to hit start. triangles to it, kind of like. Once it's finished with the first side, we can pull it out and get it ready for the other side. Flip them around. Making sure Dano's out. Now, we're going to glue the ends onto the sides. So you take one of your ends, put a decent amount of glue in each one of the little dovetail pockets. Line it up, making sure the dados are lined up. And tap it on. And then do the same thing on the other side. Then we're going to grab our bottom. You'll know it's the bottom. The stickers are kind of hard to see. The sides, 201. And the bottom, 201. Sure it's seated down all the way and glue it up again. Clamp. You're going to put it in here. Make sure you get your size adjusted right. There should be a little bit of space so you can get it in and out. And then you push the two buttons that are on the left and the right side to clamp it together. Now while it's in here, you want to keep an eye out for any glue leaking through any of the corners and wipe it out if you have to, but it looks like we don't have any. But we're going to remove the stickers while we're here. So now that it's been in here for just a little bit, we've got all the stickers removed. This button here will open the clamp. We're going to pull it out and get it squared up. Put a staple about every 4 or 5 inches along every edge, starting on the sides and then doing the ends, so that the clips aren't interfering with your staples. Then, to make it easier on final assembly, we mark what it says on the bottom here, just on the back, so they don't have to look at the bottoms. This is the notcher. Before you get started, you want to make sure you turn on the drill head, and then hit start. Pushing it against the inside fence, and this fence right here, these little guys, against those, and then all the way back. Then stepping on the foot pedal. Do it to both sides. That's what it does, so you can get an idea of what we got going on. Make sure that you do that to the back, the bottom of the back, not the top. This is the jig we use to drill for the clips. You use the two, I guess, outside holes. You have your left clips and your right clips that go on just like that with the gray adjuster here to the outside of the box. Grab 4 screws. Screw them in. And you're done.